Welcome back, everyone. It's time to head out and find Orthon, a ranger, who is probably out on a hill somewhere. Now, I don't think we've been here before,
what can I do for you?
Well, then again, I do have the option to go to Esteldean, so I might as well take the quick way through. So I will be getting off at the bridge, and while I'm riding, I can see what the hobbits brought me. A simple rally horn, the most completely useless object I could have gotten. Followed by a universal toolkit, which goes with the one I've got equipped, and the one I've got there. I think I've got well enough universal toolkits. The first one is great. The third one is another. But that's the way it goes for random hobbit presents. Alright, we will first pass this farm. Nathan Hodges' farm. I don't think there was anything here. I don't see any quest givers. No one sent me out to the Wargs. Now maybe Orthon will do that, because we used to get some quests that involve the farm in this area. And I do hope that someone will give us those at some point. And Orthon is probably the best bet for that, even if he is on the other side of the river. They also had a relic there that, from what I heard, has been moved. So we'll find that relic at some other point. But now we are getting off here because Orthon is up in this direction. And I will presume that there will be some beasts. There used to be some bears and some cats. Oh, those cats are right at my level. They used to be higher, but then once you cross the river, things tended to start getting up into around 30-ish in the past. Alright, now we don't need this up. So that is, and speaking of bears, actually I think I know. Right, I am a, oh yeah, my crafting. No, I didn't bother with crafting, at least not with tailoring. I'm not really seriously crafting with this character. Alright, here we go. Here's Orthon. Hello there.
Greetings to you.
Hail, stranger. Ah, Amren sent you. Well, what's the news in Amon Wraith? Well, goblins.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
Welcome to Ostlergos, traveler. I wish that I could offer you more comfort, but as you can see, it is a sparse little ruin with little to offer. It is so nice to have company. Would you be willing to collect some firewood and driftwood nearby? It would bring some cheer to this guttering flame. We shall be warm and comfortable then. Alright, so we need to get some driftwood and some firewood. That explains all this wood that we saw when we were coming by originally. I was expecting to go after bears and wargs, maybe barghast, but we're going after wood. And maybe an occasional cat that may be in the way. I guess he's going to ask me to go after these cats too. Right, now let's see. We got when that one's done. I'm seeing firewood aplenty. No driftwood. Though the driftwood I yep, yeah, near the river. Well, a bit more uneven than the firewood, but then I guess that's logical if it's been drifting down a river. How large an area did they put all this in? Alright, we're at the edge of it. More this way? And let's see, we need 6 of these. Any on the other side of the river? Yep. Both sides of the river. And one more down this way. Let's take care of this one first. Then we can circle back. Alright. No visible firewood there. Now, of course, if you were a forester, it'd be really funny, though, if you were a forester and carrying large numbers of campfire kits or anything like that, or wood. I don't know if I've got any of that stuff, but yeah, I have here 5 logs of yew. You would think that I could just throw that onto the fire. I mean, I've been carrying it around with me long enough that I'm sure that it's in better condition than this driftwood, which seems to be really close to the river. So it's probably a bit soggy. And soggy wood isn't exactly known for creating a nice, cheerful fire. Alright, now let's find some more wood. We need 3 more firewood. And then we could turn that in. Logros. Okay. Logros. Okay, we'll collect some logs for Logros. Oh, it's going to let me collect those while mounted. How interesting. And one more. Looks like there are a couple of extras around here, so we're not going to be using up all the wood in the area. That's good to hear. And we have a full moon tonight. Of course, this is LOTRO. There's normally almost always a full moon unless you're in Rohan or someplace like that.
How can I be of service?
Ah, this will do well, Pinestone. Do pull up a seat, rest, and let us talk. It's been long since I have had the company at my fire. Alright. I'll dismount then. Of ages long past. Final? I finished final? Deeds of the North Downs. So I've unlocked that deed, but then I would have to investigate everything and kill lots of stuff if I want to actually finish that deed in full.
Could I speak with you a moment?
I look at what happened at the farmlands as a failing of my own. Amarian and I guard the road, but the Wargs moved between us, and we did not espy them until it was far too late for the farmers. Amarian guards them now, but I wish to make amends for my negligence. Will you help me gather furs and send these to the poor folk? It is not much, but it will keep us the chill away at night, so we need to collect furs from wolves and bears. I don't know where the wolves are at.
Moment of your time, friend.
Come to think of it, I would ask you another favor before you go. Another traveler passed along the road a short while, a little fellow. He went to asking long about the Wargs' attack on the farmlands. I fear that he may have been hurt or worse. Will you search for him in Annundir, and now collect bones from the bone piles? So I could now see where they're sending me. They are sending me into on the other side of the river. Yes, this is where you go against those wargs and those bears I talked about earlier. And I don't think he wants any bird feathers. But maybe one or two extra of those won't hurt. So we need wolves and bears. He doesn't want to actually kill any wargs, but I have a feeling we are going to run into wargs. Unless they really change the area. Actually, more likely than not, we will have a... Actually, since he talked about wargs, there better be wargs there. Ah, yes, of course. I thought it was going to give me an auto grant, but they did put a quest ring around the warg. So that'll do just as well. Alrighty. Wargs of Annundir. The wargs are free reign of the unguarded lands of Annundir, especially upon the toothed hill of Hwak Iglain. You should defeat the wargs of Annundir and investigate Hwak Iglain. Alright. So we need to kill wargs and search the burial mound. Now, let's go to the bone piles. Since whatever... I am sure that in the end, that'll take us to where we want to go. And we'll run into plenty of bears and wolves and wargs along the way. Speaking of wolves, there's one right now. Now, it used to be that there were absolutely no quests for the wolves. They were just an annoyance that was in the way. So it's nice to have a quest for them now, seeing that you've always had to fight them anyway. Unless you're really careful in avoiding them. But I am going to have to come up to quite a number of bears and wolves and wargs and all that other stuff that you find in this wonderful land. Oops. But I don't want to go down the fast way, so to speak. This isn't Moria, where people like to jump down wells. Alright, let's see. I'll run into plenty of these things along the way, so I don't have to kill everyone I see. But I'll get plenty of them. Now, heading out this way. Wolves and bears together. Alright, let's see. How are we coming along now? Alright, we have 7 wolves now, so we're halfway through on that. Alright, 7 bears. Oh, wolves and bears both count together. Alright. So, that'll make that real easy. I was afraid that I'm so used to things like that being individual that I had forgotten that they were counted together. Alright. Bone pile 1. Collected a bone from the bone pile. Another bone pile bone, and the third one is probably up there. I should hit as many wargs as I see, because those are the ones I really need. And alright, now this is the tricky area. Yeah, Hawka Glen. And there's the bone pile. We'll get that done. Alright, that's one down. I gotta take care of this warg. Oh. He snuck up behind me, that miserable cur. Now, let's see, where were we? Ah, yes, we still need the mound there. I think once we take care of him, we might be able to get to the... Check this out. Alright, that's it for the wargs. Now we have this, and... The burial mound looks recently exhumed. The contents dragged northwest. So we got... Northwest is that way, towards Fornost. And that takes care of everything except wolf and bear furs. And there's a wolf. So I'll be able to take care of that. And that's 10 for 10. Now let's get out of here. Unless, of course, you feel like deeding. And while one may feel like deeding, I suspect one doesn't really want to see me grind out 100 wargs. So we'll leave it at this. Oh yeah, there's the river. Maybe that wasn't the best place to go, but looks like I'll have to swim. Tried to take a shortcut, and that's what happens. And we'll take off this bird. Now we will come up this way and turn in this quest. And I'm sure that he will have a few more things for me to do. But alright. It does say yes, we do get sent there. You'll probably send us over to the next farm, so maybe. But you know, hey, come and bring me some wood so we could talk by the fire. Oh, by the way, might as well do some other things for me also. Difficult. Here's your... There you go.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Very kind indeed, thank you. You are a skilled hunter and a speedy at that. Thank you for that.
How can I be of service?
I see you found some bones. Some of these are fairly small, but I want to say any of them would belong to the traveler I saw. Unless I'm very much mistaken, I think most of these are goblin bones. It seems to me that the wargs and the goblins do not get along at all the time, and for that is good. Let them fight among themselves, and there'll be fewer for us to worry about. Yes.
How can I be of service?
You found evidence of digging among the wargs at that large mound. That's strange. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. I wonder what it is they seek.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
You must be weary from your efforts and long travels, Pinestone. Loth and I would Loath would I... Loth? Oh well. Loth as I would be to see you leave, I feel obligated to tell you that there is a dwarf keep not far from here that offers far more by the way of comforts than this sad little campfire. Orthokar is the name the dwarves have given it, and they are friendly as dwarves go. If you wish to find a more habitable place to stay, it will be a very short distance from the northeast, a stone dwelling nestled in the hills. So they're going to send me to Orthokar, which is usually later on. In the past, it was later on in the series, but now it looks like it's moved on right after you cross the river. Instead of going to the elves first, you go to the dwarves first. But we'll do that in our next episode of Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper.